It's gonna be windy today because it's really windy. I'm in Florida, not Chicago, but it's gonna be windy today. Anyways, but I gotta get on with this video. So 9 things that you need to add in your wedding videography contract. So 9 things that you need to add in your wedding videography contract. And let's go. So number 1 is a meal. You need to add a meal in your contract. You need to make sure that the client takes care of you, in terms of food and drinks, snacks, whatever you might call it, but make sure that you add that in your wedding videography contract. Because depending, like a wedding is like a full day. I don't know you, but my weddings are always 5 hours and above. If I get anything lower than that, it is what it is, but mostly my weddings are always 5 hours and above. So I always include a meal in the contract that the client is gonna, provide me with a meal during that period of time when I'm filming their, wedding. So make sure you add that into your contract. Don't just assume the client is gonna offer you some food. When you put that in your contract, the client knows that it's mandatory that you eat. So they're gonna let the wedding coordinator or whoever is in charge of the food area and the services over there, they're gonna let that person know that, oh, the videographer and his team or her team or just the videographer needs to eat when everybody's eating or whatever time. I mean, that doesn't really matter, but you can let them know what time you want to eat and all that, but just make sure that you add a meal in the contract so that way the client knows beforehand, before you even get there, that you need to eat. Add a meal in the contract. Don't do this hungry. Don't bring a sandwich. Don't bring your own food. Add that in the contract so the client takes care of you. Make sure you put a meal in the contract so that way it's written there, like it's there. Thank you, sir. That's that good roast right there.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Number 2, what you need to put in the contract is legal fees. You need to make sure you put legal fees. I mean, I'm not a lawyer, so I'm not going to go too deep in this. I'm just going to say, make sure that you don't pay the client's legal fees when they sue you or whatever happens. So make sure that you talk to your lawyer and you figure out a way on how, you are not going to pay for the client's legal fees if you guys ever go to court. So that's number 2. Nice and quick, because I'm not a lawyer and all that stuff, but I'm just giving you advice. So don't take this advice too hot or whatever. Just, consult a lawyer or somebody in this area that knows about law and all that stuff. But I'm just going to say, take care of your legal fees situation in the contract. Number 3 is, in case you don't show up at the event due to unforeseen, events, due to unforeseen circumstances, things that are beyond your control, family emergencies and all that stuff, Mother Nature, all that stuff. Just make sure that you put that in the contract, what happens when that happens. So that way, the client already knows what happens if you're not going to show up and you're going to refund everything, or if you're going to refund just the deposit, or if you're going to refund whatever you're going to refund, or whatever, however the situation is going to go. Make sure you make that clear in the contract on what happens when that happens, because that happens a lot. Number 4, always put the expected video quality. If you're going to shoot in 4K, tell the client I'm shooting in 4K. If you're going to shoot in 1080p aspect ratio, whatever, make sure you put all that in the contract, because some clients are like, well, my video is not 4K, so I want a refund because I wanted 4K material, or I wanted this kind of material. So if you kind of clarify what you're going to use or what to expect, for what video quality to expect, the client usually, is not going to sue you, because they're going to lose in court. The other reason why I like putting the expected video quality is so that way I can simplify. If you're going to shoot, if the ceremony is going to be at the beach, it's going to be different than something that's not going to be at the beach. If it's going to be at a, let's say, if the reception is going to be too dark or the lighting is going to be too low, you need to tell them what kind of quality in video to expect. If you know you got cheap cameras, not cheap cameras, but if you know you have cameras that are not good in low light, you know, you have to put that if the reception lighting is too low, they need to expect some grain in the video, you know, the type of video quality that they need to expect from you, you know, if they book you. When they book you, they need to expect what kind of video quality that you're going to give them. Because if you don't put that there, then they have the right to say, well, the quality in the videos on your website look way better than what you gave me, so I don't want that. I want the quality that's in on your website. And then you have to tell them. That's why you have to tell them that different location, different lighting is a different result all the time, you know. Every location is different, you know. The lighting, everything is different. Because some people expect you to, you know, produce beautiful B-roll in a place that doesn't have beautiful B-roll stuff to, like, for you to, like, you know, work with. So you have to explain all that, you know. Location matters. You know, somebody who has the wedding in a 5-star hotel is not gonna look the same as somebody who is getting ready in their grandma's house or in a Super 8 or something like that, you know. You know, so it all depends, you know. You have to tell them that you have to put all that in your contract, so that way they don't have the right to come and tell you that, well, the video quality sucks and doesn't look like what's on your website. Well, what's on my website, that video was shot in, you know, a 5-star. The client paid $10,000 a night, and the hotel that I'm shooting at, you're paying $150 a night. So there's going to be a huge difference. So try and somehow explain video quality in your contract with the client. You know, try and tell them that the quality is going to be this and this depending on this and this. So that way you can't get sued if they don't like the video quality. Another thing you need to add, number 5, is the same thing, is audio quality. Instead of video, explain the audio quality. If you're gonna shoot somewhere, like, let's say here, I'm shooting in this, in the, you know, back of the house, and it's too windy out here, you know, audio quality is not gonna be the same as if I go in the house, close the doors in the room and shoot. It's just not gonna be the same because there's not gonna be any wind there. So it's gonna be better than if I shoot out here where it's all windy, nature and everything. I can't control all that, you know, that's beyond my control. I can't tell the trees stop moving. I can't tell the wind stop blowing. So that's beyond my control. The audio quality is beyond my control out here. But why am I shooting out here? Well, if you ask me, it's because I feel more like, you know, free out here. I feel more relaxed being out here than being enclosed in the house on the couch, or, you know, I feel more, you know, this place just makes me like express myself, express my ideas to you guys. So that's why I shoot out here. So today is a windy day. My bad for that, guys. But hopefully you guys, you know, just focus on the value that I'm trying to offer you guys. But anyway, so you need to explain to the clients that if your wedding is going to be by the beach, expect windy, you know, ocean crashing, you know, waves crashing the beach. So if it's by the beach, if it's on a rooftop, like all these different places, fancy locations that they want to go to. So you always have to let them know the audio quality is kind of going to be like this here or like this there. So that way they're not going to be like, well, I can hear the photographer's click in the photographer is always going to be there. So the shutter sound of the camera is always going to be there. Same thing with the flash. Like the photographer's flash is going to be in your video. They need to expect the flash in some of your video, in some of the moments in the video. So put that there in your contract. And that right there with the flash thing and video quality thing, that's a very nice thing to add. And that's a very nice, you know, value that I just gave to you guys. So I think I deserve a like button for that, guys. So audio quality is important. You guys need to add that in your contract to tell the clients what to expect when it comes to audio and different locations. Different locations, different audio quality. And also make sure you need to put this in your contract. This is very important, and it almost got me in trouble. And to this day, the client still hits me up about this. Anyway, so generator in your videos. Make sure that if the DJ is using a generator, especially like when you like are outdoors somewhere where there's no electricity, if the DJ is using a generator to power their equipment, tell the client that there will be noise. They need to expect noise in the audio. So unless the DJ is not using that, so because same like it doesn't matter if it's the mic, if it's a lavalier mic or wireless microphone, they're still gonna hear some of that generator noise in the video. Same thing like a drone during a ceremony. Oh, can you fly a drone during a ceremony? Like, dude, like that thing makes noise. You're gonna hear the noise of that thing when it's going up or when it's hovering around you guys. So you don't want that. So you need to tell them all these things so that way they don't sue you, because they sign there on the contract and it says all these things there. So make sure you add that, all that generator noise and all this stuff. So make sure, guys, you click the like button for that little bit of info about the generator, because it messed me up. So I'm telling you guys this so it doesn't mess you up. So you need to tell the client that if there's a generator around, they're gonna hear that noise. If you by the ocean, the waves are crashing the show, they're gonna hear some of that noise. So don't expect good audio if you're gonna be, somewhere where it's crazy. If a baby is crying, that's beyond your control. You can't, a baby is screaming out loud in the ceremony or during whatever, that's not your fault. Anyway, so that was number 5. So let's move on to number 6. So number 6 is other vendors. So what's other vendors? You need to add in your contract that the client has the right to stop other vendors from going forward if they don't see you, the videographer, there to capture the moment. Because some people want to go forward without having you there. Just like the wedding I just did last weekend. The DJ kept, going forward without making sure that I'm there. The funny thing is, like, this idiot told me, I told this idiot, I like, dude, before this and this, let me know. Before you do the toast, let me know. I'll be out here doing this. The idiot, like, I'm outside taking B-roll of the entrance, like, the stuff at the entrance, the guest welcome, stuff like that. I'm taking B-roll of that. This idiot goes forward, and all I hear is somebody making a speech, a toast. I'm like, this dude, I was like pissed the F off, dude. Like, my mic is not on, like my lighting is not right. Like, I have to set all these things up. So, like, I don't know. Like, I just wanted to crush that DJ's shoulders. Like, dude, like, really? Anyways, I didn't want to do that. But I'm just saying, like, I was pissed the F off. And this happens a lot at weddings. So you need to put that in your contract, saying that if you allow the DJ or the wedding coordinator to go on with something without knowing that you were there, or without seeing that you were there, or waiting, the DJ can easily go on the microphone and say, videographer, we need you, or whatever. Like, they can easily go out and look for you. One of the bridesmaids or the wedding coordinator can go out and look for you if you're taking B-roll somewhere or whatever, or you're eating. They can come up and say, oh, we're gonna be doing this. Can you come and set up or whatever, get ready? Don't just go on, they're paying for you to be there. So why would they wanna just go on without you being there? So you need to add that in the contract. Like, if other vendors go on and you're not there, you are not gonna be held liable for uncaptured content because the couple decided to move forward without knowingly seeing that you are not there. So you need to hold them liable for that. So they need to see that you are there before they go on with everything. The cake cutting, the garter, the bouquet. You can easily say, let's wait for the videographer to get here so we can shoot this. Don't just start going ahead with the situation without seeing that the photographer is there, the videographer is there to capture the moment. Because these people are being paid. We are being paid to capture this. So why you want to go without us being there? So make sure you add that in the contract that if other vendors do this and that, you're not going to be held liable, because you have to hold the couple accountable for that. You have to tell them that they have the right to stop. So, number 7, non-refundable deposit. So if they book a date with you and they don't show up, they're going to be held, accountable. There's no way they're going to book a date and then cancel the wedding and then expect you to give them the money back. So make sure your deposits are non-refundable. I'm sure a lot of you guys already do that, but this is just to put out there for people that don't do this. Make sure your deposits are non-refundable. That's number 7, non-refundable deposits. Make sure, because you're holding the date for them and telling everybody else the date is taken. So, make the couple accountable for that. Don't give them back the money. Me, I do like, after 1 week, it's non-refundable deposit, whether they like it or not, and it's in the contract and they sign it. So non-refundable deposit, number 7. Number 8, make sure that the couple don't pull surprises on you. So a lot of couples, I've been to weddings where the couple, they book like dancers or stuff like that. And then when the people come out, they don't even, tell me that we're going to have dancers or we're going to have these people like do this. And then they're just expecting me they want to surprise their guests, but they fail to tell the videographers that they're going to have these people. So that way, the thing is, like, the bad thing about them doing that is because you're not going to be prepared well enough to capture that event. So always make sure you tell them that if you guys have any surprises for your guests, make sure that you keep the videographer in the loop. So that way the videographer has enough time to prep, to capture this event or to capture that moment the best way possible. So make sure you put that in your contract, that no surprises on you. Like, they can surprise their guests, but make sure they keep you in the loop, because you are there to capture every moment. You are a vendor. You're not one of their guests. I don't know if they might be your friends, but make sure you tell them that you're there to do your job. So you want to capture the best moment possible. So they need to let you know of any surprises and any performances that will happen. That's why there's a timeline, there's a schedule that they need to give you before the wedding. And they need to add all that stuff in the schedule, in the timeline, instead of just like, expecting you to just capture the moment without even like letting you know. Like, it's a surprise. You want to surprise your guests, but I'm not your guest. I'm here to capture this moment. So let me capture it. Let me prep for it. Let me capture this moment the best way that I can. So you need to keep me in the loop. So if they don't keep you in the loop, hold them accountable. All right, guys, we made it to the last point. So this last thing you need to add in your contract is payment schedule and penalty. So what I mean by that is you need to, put a payment schedule, like when the client is going to pay the deposit and when they're going to pay the final balance and all that. You need to put all that in there, because if you don't put all that in there, the client can be like, well, you didn't tell me when to pay the remaining, balance. Do I pay it after everything is done? Which, to me, I don't do that. I do it on the day of the wedding. You have to give me all the money, everything else, all the balance. Because, like, if you wait till everything is done, they have the right to be like, let me get the work first. And then they start looking for faults. And then they're going to be like, well, I don't like this, I don't like that, so I'm only going to give you this much because they have the money. But if you have everything in advance, it's hard for them to do that, So I got a video on that, on how to deal with cheap clients and how to spot cheap clients. And I talk about this. So go watch the video on how to deal with cheap clients and why not to deal with cheap clients, guys. So that's the last point, is payment schedule and penalty. Always also put a penalty whereby if they don't pay it on the day that you tell them to pay it, then it's going to be this much after this many days or this many months or whatever you want to put it. But put that in there, so that way they make sure they have the money for you whenever you say to pay you. So that's the last point, guys. Always include the payment schedule and the penalty for these fees, okay, guys? So that's that, guys. And so Thank you for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate all the views, all the likes on my videos, and thank you guys. Continue watching, and I will continue providing value to you guys. And so that's that, guys. Thank you for watching, guys. And if you haven't subscribed, make sure you hit the subscribe button right now. And if you haven't